There is this thought that I want to throw to every one of you. We desire our young people to be prayer warriors. The warriors is Christ Himself. What we need is to have Him within our hearts. This warrior, Christ, if He is in our hearts, will enable us to have the power and to be the prayer warriors that we desire to be. Young people, we want you to be prayer warriors. Hello everyone, welcome again to SSD 100 Days of Prayer. We thank God that He has led us so far. Today I would like to share a devotional entitled Jesus and Prayer. We want to know even more the prayer life of Jesus. If I may throw this question, if somebody comes to you and asks this personal question, do you know the prayer life of Christ? What will be your answer? If somebody asks you, can you describe the prayer life of Christ? Or even, can you describe your prayer life? What will be your answer? We want to know even more the prayer life of Jesus. Let us open to our Bible to Mark 1:35. It says there that very early in the morning, while it is still dark, Christ get up, He left the house, and He went to a solitary place, and He prayed. He prayed to His Father. There's a lot of things that we can learn from this one text itself. You know what happened in that chapter? It is so powerful. It began with the ministry of John the Baptist, and Jesus was baptized. The Father was with Him. The Holy Spirit was with Him, preparing Him for the ministry, preparing Him for that mission that He needs to uphold. He went for that 40 days of prayer and fasting. He was tempted, but He denied Satan. After that, we were told of all those powerful things that He did. He heals, He casts out demons, and so on and so forth. And we come to that powerful verse, Mark 1:35. Why He prayed? There is another ministry that He needs to fulfill in His life. That is the preaching ministry. My friends, we need young people to preach the gospel. We need young people to teach the gospel. You need to have ample time with your Father, time alone with your Father in prayer, like what Jesus did. He spent so much time with the Father before doing anything. He spent so much time with the Father to enable Him to hear what the Father wants Him to do, and to let the Father do on His behalf all the work that He needs to accomplish. Jesus have only 3.5 years to finish His ministry, and He never rush. He always have time with His Father. In the busyness of our life, it is my prayer that every one of us will not so much focus with all the works that we need to do, forgetting that time alone that we need to spend with the Father. Maybe that's why we accomplish less. Maybe that's why we are struggling so much, because maybe we are still depending on our own power, using our own ability. But when we spend time, ample time with the Father, like what Jesus did, the Father will equip us. The Father will empower us. The Father will lead us to accomplish the mission that He has given us, that we need to accomplish together. Never rush. Jesus never rushed in His ministry. He had very short time, but He never rushed. He always find time alone with the Father. Young people, if you are busy with your study, if you're busy with your work, don't rush your prayer without spending ample time with the Father. My friend, in regards to prayer, Ellen White says, we are praying to a friend that wants us to open our hearts, a friend that wants us to feel the need of Him, a friend that wants us to pray in faith. And it is just so beautiful. And Ellen White also described that it is not like bringing God down to us, but God bringing us up to Him. That is so powerful, my friend. And He wants us to experience this in our prayer life. Are you struggling in your prayer life? I would like to suggest, learn the prayer life of Jesus. Learn from Him. You will find that spiritual gems of the prayer life of Christ that can empower your own prayer life. And Jesus as the example of prayer, and your life also can be that example of prayer. If somebody comes to you and asks you this question, can you honestly describe the prayer life of Christ? What will your honest answer be? And again, on behalf of SSD 100 Days of Prayer. I want to encourage every one of you young people. Be the prayer warriors that Christ wants you to be. I want to take these few minutes to describe the prayer life of Christ through a painting. And I hope this will inspire you to use your talents, your God-given talents, to be part of Christ's mission, to reach more souls for Christ. When you want to meet your Father in prayer, you need to have some sort of preparation as what Christ did. He left the house, even he left his disciples. When you want to pray to the Father, to have that time alone with the Father, you know, my friends, there's just so much things that prevent us from having that alone moment with the Father because of our busyness. There's so many things that can distract us from focusing to God when we want to have that time alone with the Father. Find a solitary place. Christ find a place that he can be alone with his Father. Now we are in this partial lockdown, but very limited movement because of social distancing. But it's okay, we can find that time alone in our own home. Make sure that in your home you have that spot, you have that corner where you can be with your Father. You know, there's many examples in the life of Christ where whatever he does, it is directed by the Father because he spent ample time with prayer. He allowed his Father to govern his life. Whatever he wants to say, he let the Father say on his behalf. Whenever he wants to heal, he let his Father heals through him. And many other instances in the Bible. And this is so powerful, my friend. Okay, young people, when you want to have a very powerful prayer life, I would like to suggest to every one of you, everything about your prayer needs to be focused on Christ, because Christ has done everything for every one of us on the cross. You know, the pen of inspiration through Steps to Christ, chapter 11, the privilege of prayer, it begins with Jesus and it ends with Jesus, and that beautiful ending, it is so powerful because it invites every one of us to focus on the cross. Because Christ has won the battle over sin for you and me. And therefore, our prayer life must be exemplified by the prayer life of Christ. Our prayer life must always be focused on Jesus Christ. How he spent ample time to pray to his Father. Then he do his ministry daily. May that will be our experience, every one of us young people. And it is my hope and my prayer again that every one of us will experience a dynamic prayer life. God bless every one of you prayer warriors.